Hiya Duck! This is a watch me work video where you can watch me work on a client, a real life client, and this is Lois and she's actually having some quite long nails, so obviously I was very excited to do this. So I've started out by putting tips on. So she's got tips that are a ballerina shape. So I've put them on. I've already done prep and everything like that. But at this moment, I am putting my first bead on and doing the smile line. So when I do a smile line, I do a reverse application, which is different than your traditional application. And when I say traditional application, basically I'm talking about like the olden days, Doug. The olden days.
It does confuse me about the fact that like it was even done that way to begin with. I don't quite understand it.
Yeah. Why would you do the free edge first and then the back?
Yeah, because it must be harder to file in that side. Like
you can't.
You can't.
You've got to do it all with a brush.
So was there some kind of implement that you just like put in there that and then you...
No.
That would make sense though, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I do a second bead of application doing the cuticle area. You can do it in one bead and you'll see me do this now with white lightning. So I'm going to do a one bead application, a big mahoosive bead, so I can get it laid down and then I can actually sort of carve out that smile line. So you can do it two different ways. You can do two beads, do the actual smile line first, then do your cuticle area and apex, or if you're confident enough, you can do a one bead application. Now this particular nail is going to have a double smile line, so that's why it's a little bit easier to do it with the one bead, because it's slightly further back the nail, so it's kind of like lower down ever so slightly. But if you're looking at that kind of shape, you could do that on a client very easily. But yeah, we're going to do a double smile line on some of these nails. So once they're set, what you're going to do is take a file. You can use 100 grit or 150 grit. That's absolutely fine. Or you could even use a 180 grit, depending on how much filing you need to do to get that symmetrical. So it all depends how wibbly wobbly your smile line is. So I'm going in with a gel polish called Lily. Now this colour is a gorgeous lilac colour, actually named after my sister, Lily. Lily's got lots of things named after it.
She's got lots and lots of things.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because she's definitely not my favourite. I'm only joking, I'm joking.
And you've got what we call Lily Longlegs, and she's not really that tall, is she?
No, she's not. I've got Lily Longlegs, we've got a Lily liner brush, and that's what I'm using, the Lily liner brush now, just to make sure I've got all that gel polish right into the corners. Then I'm going in with white lightning. So we've got the acrylic on the nail bed, then we've got the gel polish, and then we're going in with white lightning. So you're going to have these super sharp, crisp lines, which is just going to make it like super beautiful, classy, nice and crisp. I'm bringing the white all the way down to the tip, but I'm keeping it a little bit lower than I would do if it was just going to be white. So I'm going a little bit thinner with the application, and that's because we're going to add things to the white. So I'm making sure I've got quite a nice application and it's quite even, and that's why you can see me patting and using a little bit more pressure so I can get it nice and even. And then we're going to go in with pieces of shell. So these shells are literally from Amazon. I've got Amazon links in my Instagram stories if you want to find them. And then I've got this glitter, which is, I think it's an A&A glitter. I'm going to find out for you right now. So we've got an A&A glitter, which is called Mirrorball Megamix.
Mirrorball Megamix.
Yes. So we've got the shell, we've got the glitter. It's like very frosty, very cool colours, and Lois actually lets me do lots of different things. Lois is getting a little bit like Faye, not gonna lie. She's very picky, and you know, rightly so. She's paying a lot of money to come and have her nails done. She wants them absolutely perfect, but she is one of those clients who sits there and she's like, She's checking. She is checking everything to make sure everything is on point. So I have said to her a few times, you're not Faye. Don't try to take that crown. Okay?
We've got a few of them now.
I know. We've set the standards. Well, Faye set the gold standard, hasn't she now? And I wish she hadn't because, it's not good. So now what we're going to do is do a skinny French. So on this nail, we're going to do like a skinny French, but not all the way to the end. So it's going to be like a double smile line. So we were talking about these earlier. We're going to do the same thing, add a bit of glitter, and that's going to be our first smile line. And then the next one will be the second smile line. So some of them have double smile lines, some of them have one smile line. Obviously they've got the 3D French effect with the gel polish around the smile line as well, and they've got the glitter. But don't forget, when you're doing your double smile lines, you have got kind of double the work because you are filing again that smile line to make it nice and neat.
Because it'll be really sort of prominent if it's shorter on one side or a bigger gap on the other side.
Because it's right next to because you've got one smile line like this and you've got another one, and if one's slightly off, it's just going to exaggerate it. So it is double the work. So if you're doing this in the salon, if you're doing it for somebody, you've got to charge them for the time, for the skill, for the products. Do not be afraid. If somebody, sends you a message and says, I want these nails like this, make sure you're charging for it because, we're not a charity case stuff. We're not charity. It's a business. If you want fabulous nails, you got to pay for it. And then because that second smile line has the glitter in, we're going to cap in clear, and we're going to do exactly the same on the ones that have the one smile line with the full length, if you get what I mean. So yeah, cap it because you can't file on top of acrylic that has glitter in it and things like that. You know what I mean? It's got to be like sandwiched with the clear on top. So I'm going to add some more of the colour Lily right up to that edge. And I do love doing this effect. The only thing that needs to be perfect on this is there needs to be enough pigment from the gel polish, which Lily has a good pigment, but you need to get your Lily liner brush so you're getting right the way to the top of the ears of the smile line. And the actual gel polish needs to come all the way up that brick wall, so you've got like a wall of product that we've just filed. So we just filed around that wall with the file around the smile line, and that makes it into a wall. The product needs to sit on that wall, okay? If it doesn't, you're not going to get the effect. We're not painting the tip at this point, we're painting that wall of acrylic. Then you're going to cure that. Then I'm going in with acrylic. This is Striptease right at the end, just so we've got a different double smile line. So basically we've got this like gorgeous slather of coloured acrylic going through the middle. I quite like it. And I'm blending that down, and then I'm going to put my second bead on so I know I've got enough product, enough structure right to the very tip of that nail. Then you can see I've gone back to the nail that has the white nail bed. So we're going to kind of reverse what we've just done. We're going to pop the white in, blend that down, make sure that white goes all the way up to the sides of the product that was previously there, because you've put that. It's all very confusing because I know you've got the white on the nail bed, then you've got the cover pink Striptease in the slither kind of smile line, then you've also got the gel polish up to the smile line, and then we've got white up to the gel polish. Some people think if you put gel polish in that crease, then it's going to break, it's going to separate from there.
Yeah, people have said that, like,
and
it weakens it and things like that, but...
Not at all.
I mean, it's all pretty much the same product anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Acrylic and gel have very similar properties.
They do.
But they just cure it. One has to be cured and one polymerized.
Yes.
One needs to be cured to polymerize.
Yes, correct. So then we're going to put a bit of clear on just to encapsulate the glitter that we've popped in. Just like we did on the others. And then we're going to do the same with this nail as well. Please excuse my poorly nail on this video.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my poorly cameraman.
No, the poorly cameraman is poorly and he's coughing his guts up. But, yeah, my nail is poorly on this because it was filmed quite a while ago. So those of you might remember that I trapped my finger in the car door, actually shut my hand in the car door, and it damaged my nail. So I've obviously got no nail on in this video. And it looks a bit manky, so I hope it's not put you off. But you know, this is real life. So on this one, we're repeating what we did on the other one with the cover pink colour at the end, which is striptease. And we have more colours now for the core range. We not only have striptease, we have bare booty, which we launched together, which was bare booty and striptease, but now we have negligee and burlesque, and oh my god, people are now saying burlesque is now the new favourite.
Oh really?
Yeah, I know. Interesting.
Well, let's see what's coming next.
I know. So I'm going to use the e-file now to remove bulk. So what I'm concentrating on is to remove the bulk and get the shape a bit better. I'm also making sure I file through and hit the white acrylic and hit the gel polish and obviously hit the cover pink. So then you get that gorgeous, crisp smile line. It's easier to do with an e-file if you use an e-file, but if not, you can use a hand file. You'll generally use for debulking like this 100 grit, but I'm using the bit that is the lilac. I want to say lilac bit. The bit is actually light pink, but it's got a lilac Swarovski crystal on the end of it, and it's also got a lilac band. So you know that that's the more coarse of our ceramic bits. Once I've gone over with the e-file, I am going to go over with the hand file now and just perfect everything. Do the cuticle area, get the shape right. One thing I want to ask you is, do you like to see me filing in the videos? Because sometimes we kind of skip over that. Sometimes people want to see it. Sometimes people are like, I just don't want to see you filing, because in my opinion, it's the most boring part of doing nails. But I know some of you like it. So
some people don't like the sound.
Some people like the sound as well, though. Those ASMR people, they love the they love that. I'm not a fan of it myself, but let me know. So I'm going to buff these now. Buffing them is going to remove demarcations, and it's also going to make them super smooth. It's not going to make them too smooth that your top coat is going to peel. That's really important, because you know some buffers are too fine that they make them like sort of like have a sheen on them. Do you know what I mean? They go a bit too shiny, and then some people have problems with top coat. But to be honest with you, this is the best buffer for this job, because it kind of leaves it like a matte finish, so the top coat adheres to it super well. And then I know that I've missed out one little step, but I did put unicorn's horn on top of them because I thought it really complemented them. So that is the finished design. What do you think? Do you know what? Lois doesn't like crystals though. Bugs me every time. I think I want crystals. Lois
wants something to just give it that little bit extra.
I just want a little bit something extra, but she won't have it. She's not having it. But yeah, there you are. I hope you've enjoyed this video of watching me work. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram and all that. Everything I've used today will be listed in the description box, so don't worry about that. You'll be able to find that there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-ra, look!